Happy Sunday. Just figured I would come on here really, really quick. I realize I'm the comics person in a lot of my social circles now, especially among other Black women. So I realized that I started giving people like the same recommendations. And so I was like telling a friend, I was like, you know what? I should just make a video and share with people some of my favorite comics and some of them that I think would be good for, like, I don't know, gateway comics or graphic novels to get into books with pictures, because not everyone understands that comic books are in fact books. They're just a form of storytelling, sequential art, panels, that kind of thing, lettering. Hey, friends that have already joined. So I'm just going to hop right into it, as I have not hopped into it already. So I will start with some maybe historical nonfiction ones that I think are pretty good. So here's the stack from the side. So these are comics of the movement, meaning civil rights movement. So these are two covers. I know one of the covers was done by John Jennings, Valentine DeLandro, and I think Domo did another cover. That's not in any particular order, so A, B, and C. But yes, comics of the movement, civil rights movement, SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. So I think Andrew Iden is one of the main people that has done work on this. I think it's the Good Trouble Productions. Yes, used to work with Congressman John Lewis, so would recommend these. Again, historical nonfiction. Black Panther Party by one of my favorite authors ever, David Walker. Shout out to him. And artist Marcus Kwame Anderson. So well done there. David Walker and Marcus Kwame Anderson also did Big Jim and The White Boy. This should have won like all the things. This was my top comic of 2024. So this Big Jim and The White Boy. And then Run by Congressman John Lewis and Andrew Iden, Nate Powell. Really, really good. First you march, then you run. So that's my historical kind of nonfiction. This is a favorite of mine, The Graphic History of Hip Hop. Really cool, quick read. I probably should show y'all some of the pages inside. Oh, look at that, 1988. Look what we got there. So this is by Walter Gleason and Tim Fielder, two prominent authors in the Afrofuturism space. So I really like this. It's a quick read for people that want to get into graphic narratives. It's all comics is. It's just narratives of sequential art. Ooh, this is another one I had to recommend to a lot of people. Upgrade Soul. I probably should have saved this one for last. Only because it took him, Ezra Clayton Daniels, it took him a long time to complete this. But there isn't an app. There is an immersive experience. Hey, Uncle Ty. There is an immersive experience with the app. You got to have your sound on your phone, pay whatever the fee is. I don't remember what it is for the app. And you read panel by panel. It's science fiction. It's incredible. Just one of my favorite, probably comics or graphic novels ever. Upgrade Soul. If you like science fiction, great gateway to comic books for you there. Of course, Watchmen. So this one was recommended to me by several people when I first started getting back into comics. So haven't finished it yet, but it's a classic. So I've been told it's, y'all know, movie, TV show, all the things. So Watchmen. Also, I want to shout out my Comic Study Society. This summer, everyone recommended Saga to me. So everyone was like, yeah, you got to get on it. So Comic Study Society, shout out to y'all. Everybody recommended that this summer. Probably need to do a separate video on this one. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Devour by Jasmine Joyner and Anthony Pugh. This is my number 2 or 3, I can't remember. This is a top comic. This came out in May 2024. Has not gotten the shine that it deserves. Megascope, which is an imprint at Abrams Comic Arts, put out this work, and I have to hold that and give them some more time on the camera, because Jasmine and Anthony did their big one. Shout out again to John Jennings for choosing to pursue and publish this story. Beautifully and well done. Of course, there's some backstory on Anansi the Spider, which is a prominent folk tale lore within the African diaspora. So please check this out. I love horror, and it's pretty terrifying, but I think people would like this. Really good gateway for those who like thriller, suspense, supernatural, horror kind of thing. I guess I'll keep it going with Megascope. Tananarive Due. Everybody who knows me knows Tananarive Due is one of my all-time favorite writers. She is brilliant. So if you are a fan of, again, I love horror, so yes, she's written lots of my favorite novels. I can name a lot of them right now, but I'm going to keep it with the comics and the graphic narratives. So The Keeper, my oldest kid loved it. It's amazing. It's currently being adapted for the screen. So really, really great. Again, gateway. If you've read her other books, I won't go down the list, but if you've read any of her other works, you got to read The Keeper. Really well done. Again, with Abrams Comic Arts, Nnedi Okorafor's After the Rain. So I really love I love this story. Again, African diaspora, very well done. Really great story. Good job again. Shout out to John Jennings for that one. And of course, if I have to do it, right? Let's go. I mean, how beautiful is that, right? Look at that. So, obviously, Octavia Butler. Anybody who's done any reading, you've read Octavia Butler. So, Parable of the Sower, Parable of the Talents have been adapted. These are their graphic novel adaptations. So, I'd also recommend these as gateway to comics. So, if you don't have those already, you've got to get on it. Really well done, John Jennings and Megascope. So I think that is somewhat most of my Megascope stack there. Again, Megascope is an imprint for diverse voices and stories, published by Abrams Comic Arts. So really cool. Kind of in that same line with women authors that are incredible. I mentioned Nnedi Okorafor. I mentioned Tananarive Due, N.K. Jemisin. Far Sector. Sojo's Green Lantern is my favorite. I'm biased. I'm glad I get to be alive while this is a Green Lantern. And they've taken her from, we talked about this actually today in Comic Book Club, they've taken her from just the DC Animal, I believe, and incorporated her into, absolute like Green Lantern, Green Lantern Corps. So I'm glad that the character has continued to be utilized throughout the other DC Comics series. But I absolutely love this. Very much being seen. So I won't give away much. I'm trying to keep it like very surface level for all of them, because I want people to really go and enjoy it. So no spoilers. But yes, absolutely loved Far Sector. Shout out to N.K. Jemisin, Hugo, Nebula award-winning science fiction author. It's incredible. This is probably one of the best written comic books I've ever read. It's dense, but one of the things I think we mainly talked about in Comic Book Club especially is, just the artwork is beautiful, and even the thought bubbles. And again, it's a little dense in some places. But it's so well written. It's just so beautifully done. So another gateway to comics book there. Science fiction, fantasy, kind of action, adventure. And just to wrap it up, I will close with Bitterroot. So I have all the floppies, by the way, from the first, all the runs now, the fourth run as well. But these are the first 3 volumes. which are, again, incredible. Shout out to David Walker, shout out to Sanford Green, Chuck Brown, everyone on the team. Absolutely amazing. So it's funny, typically when I've met someone who hasn't, they're like, oh, I'm not really read comics like that, I'm not really into it. They're like, oh, but I'm familiar with Bitterroot, at least locally. So Chuck and Sanford are both local here to South Carolina, so I would highly, highly recommend. We got Monster Fighting Family. The first run takes place during the Harlem Renaissance, and now this second run takes place during the Civil Rights Movement. So you get a lot of hoodoo, you get a lot of action, fighting, monsters. What's not to love? So again, 15 floppies, 3 volumes here in the first run, and then we get the omnibus. And the 4th volume is out now. So these are the first 3. So 4th volume just came out this year. And yours truly has been writing on the back matter. So check that out. So that concludes my very brief, like, hey, these are some gateway to comics for people that are like, hey, I haven't really read a lot of comic books. I don't really know where to start. So I hope that was helpful. I'll leave the list below in the comments, and so, well, in the caption as well. And I hope y'all check them out. If you check them out, report back. Let me know. All right.